Hi, everybody. This is Heather Coleman, intuitive medium, clairvoyant, demonologist, and spiritual guide. Really excited to be bringing you our 4 card reading for the week of, let's see, someone forgot to check her calendar. So I'm going to check this here for you right now. We are primarily, generally, so this could be before or after. We are talking about the week of Monday, January 8th through Sunday, January 14th. But with all that being said, if you're seeing this after the fact, just know that these messages are exactly what Spirit wants you to hear right now. So with all of that in mind, here is the name of the deck that I'm using. It's been a while since we've had this deck, the Sun and Moon Tarot by Vanessa DeCourt. What's interesting though, honestly, whenever I use this deck, I have to look at the title because I tend to think of this as the Lover's Tarot. It makes a lot of sense when you look at the picture, these young lovers on a lotus flower, right? But in my mind, I always think of this as the Lover's Tarot. Whenever I'm drawn to this deck, it means we've got messages about love. Could be romantic, usually, and some of it is going to be, but it doesn't just encompass that. The messages often involve love and relationships. So that's the deck that we're using. I'm going to show you the cards to give you an opportunity to really tap into your intuition and see which card or cards is really aligning with your energy. So card number 1 here, card number 1, card number 2, card number 2, 3, card number 3, and finally card 4. Card 4. So just giving you a little time to sort of process that. I always like to do this because people tend to ask. The jewelry that I'm wearing is always significant and it tends to tie in with the messages. This is a bracelet for protection and with the energy of our pets. Again, we have that message of love with the heart. We have tiger's eye and hematite on here. Clear seeing and grounding and protection with those stones. And again, this can be for us or also just to help bond us and help us feel that we can keep our pets safe with this type of stones combined and the meaning of what we have here in the charm. This is strawberry, you'd slip my mind, quartz, strawberry quartz. This stone is good for being lighthearted. If we need a reminder to feel lighthearted, to kind of pull our energy up, and also great for self-love and heart chakra. So again, we have this theme of love coming up this week. So let's look at the cards now. Again, from our Sun and Moon Tarot, I tend to think of it as the Lover's Tarot. Vanessa DeCourt is our author. For card number 1, very interesting, we have the Ten of Wands, which in this deck, the author titles Oppression. So when I see those two together, the first thing that comes to mind for me is a person who is doing more than their fair share of the load because they've been oppressed. If you think of, these are extreme examples, but slavery. African American people in this country were very oppressed and forced to do more work than a person should do in a day. They were very oppressed. These sorts of things still happen to certain populations in this country, by the way. But let's look at what this means specifically for us this week, for you this week, or whoever's drawn to this. Ten of Wands, if you look at the picture here, this woman is carrying a heavy load. There is a movie some of you might be familiar with. It's not coming to mind. It's a Disney movie. And there's a song where Louisa, the oldest sister, is singing about holding the load. She's very strong. It's the Hispanic. For some reason, it's not coming to mind. It's that kind of a week. It's not cansado, but it's something close to that. Anyway, if you're familiar with that song about the older sister in that Disney movie, she's holding up such a heavy load. See, the meaning with this card is often it's the strong ones that do get oppressed, and the life path for that person who's oppressed is to use the strength to push past it and out of it. Card number 1, people, does this resonate for you? And if so, how? And if you're asking yourself why people keep gaslighting you, why do people keep invalidating you? Maybe that is your life journey, is to push through that oppression and to speak up if you're doing more than your fair share of the work, whether we're talking physical labor, emotional labor, mental labor. So card number 1, people, that's your message, is keep pushing for your voice to be heard if things aren't right. Deep down in your heart of hearts, you know if people are invalidating you. Card number 1, people, if any of you listening right now have gotten out of a narcissistic relationship, or you're working on that right now, hold on to your reality. This is a big part of it, is pushing past that oppression. You may think that maybe people are trying to take advantage of you because you're not strong. It's the opposite. You may or may not know this, but often when people are ascending, raising their vibration, and or one or the other, or both, opening up their psychic abilities, lower vibration entities will try to mess around with them and play jokes. Attachments will try to come in. And it's not because your vibration's low. It's because you're raising your vibration. And sometimes lower people get affected by that. Lower vibration people or entities get affected by that. They get threatened by it. They will try to keep you down. Do not let that happen, card number 1, people. Now for card number 2, we've got the Lovers. How about that? And this kept coming through so strongly, and I didn't look at these cards. I just chose them without looking at them. The Lovers Tarot is what I think of this deck. But specifically with the Lovers Major Arcana, number 6 here, let's look at the imagery to really understand, why do we have this as card number 2 this week? A lot going on with this. It looks like we've got a man pulling this woman to him so enthusiastically that her head's kind of going back. So it's as if her heart moved more quickly than her head. That Ava Max song just entered my head. Maybe you know it. It's called My Head and My Heart. I'm going to make a suggestion. If you are drawn to card number 2, look that song up on YouTube or the internet. Ava Max, My Head, My Heart, and read the words. I happen to love that song, and I know it. And I can tell you that it's about a person who feels like they want love, and maybe that love isn't that good for them. And they kind of have, like, on both shoulders, they've got the angel and the lower vibration entity. The angel is saying, run away. But the lower vibration is saying, oh, this is love. I feel like that's what happened here. This guy seems great. He's pulled this woman to him. Her heart wanted love, and she's got a forgiving heart. The heart got ahead of her head, and she's got kids with him. So what she's going to do isn't easy, right? She's going to have to stand up to him and protect her kids. She's got support. She's got a lion as a spirit guide. She's got an eagle for knowledge, and she's even got an angel wings with the snake, because sometimes you have to be slithery like a snake. Card number 2, people. Do what you need to do and stop questioning the moral value of it. Yeah. Sometimes these relationships are meant to test us. Here comes that message again about abusive and or narcissistic relationships. Those relationships often are to test our mettle. And you've got it deep inside of you, so do what you need to do, card number 2, people. Card number 3. Card number 3, fascinating, different energy with this. We've got the 4 of Wands, which in this deck is called completion. So we will often see this card come up when the person has successfully completed a project or an accomplishment of some kind. You'll notice here, these 2 people, again, we have lovers. We have 2 lovers. They're dancing over the flames, but the flames aren't burning them. So reason to celebrate safely. It's safe to celebrate. It's safe to relax, card number 3, people. It's hard for you to relax. Do it anyway. Celebrate, and let your hair down and have fun. That's one thing about this deck, too. You've often got 2 young people, usually a male and a female, dancing and just frolicking. You know, we forget to do this when we get over 30. Do it. Find a way to have fun. Find a way to frolic. Card number 3, people. Card number 4. Fascinating. We've got another major arcana. We've got 12, the Hanged Man. This doesn't mean someone's getting hanged. Even the Death card, which we don't have this week anyway, but even the Death card rarely, if ever, means an actual death. So just know, card number 4, people, this is not a card. This is what this is not. This is not a card here to tell you someone's going to hang you upside down from a tree. No. But the reason we often do see this sort of imagery, not always, but often do see this on Major Arcana 12, the Hanged Man, is this will often give us a heads up, pun intended, head down, that some situation or problem or significant life event is going to cause us to begin to view things differently. If you think of the experience for just a moment, let's say that someone flipped you upside down and you're seeing the whole world differently. It's sort of like metaphorically having that experience. So card number 2, people, is there something happening for you now or in the past year that is causing you to look at everything very differently? Take a deep breath. If that's the case for you, take a deep breath and ask yourself how this new perspective is for you, because it is. That shift in perspective is for you. Spirit is encouraging me to give you an example of how something can happen for us. Let's see, today is January 3rd when I'm recording this. Back on September 30th, just a few months ago, a person accidentally struck my car. This person didn't see me. I was crossing an intersection. I had the green light. This person didn't realize it. They hit me. Nobody was hurt, but my car was totaled. Now, easily I could sit here, or anyone could sit here and say, that's just a crappy thing that happened to you. Okay, sure, maybe, but here's the other piece to this. For quite a while before this happened, my kids and I kept saying, we really do need a new car. Our car was getting old, didn't get very good gas mileage. We really wanted and needed a new car, but the universe sort of put that into motion, and we're so happy with the car we have now. We got the car we really love for a very reasonable price. It just fits our needs so much better. But this perspective where this accident happened kind of shocked me a bit. A sudden event can shock us and kind of turn our thinking upside down for a little bit, but it was for us because it really spurred this turn of events for us to get a new car. So this could be even more metaphorical than that for card number 4, people. This could be something that isn't about something physical, but my feel is that it probably is. Card number 4, people, whenever you're seeing this, my feel is that this Hanged Man card is concerning something that is practical for you. Fill in the blank. It could be any of these things. It could be your income, could be your car, could be your home. Just lean into the notion that it's happening for you. So how is this changing your perspective on things, whatever's happening in your life? That's the thing to ask yourself. How is this helping me to change my perspective for the better in a way that better serves me? And that is our 4-card reading for the week of January, blum, 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 blum. Let's double check again so I don't give you the wrong dates. January 8th through 14th, or whenever you're seeing this. For just more information about all this stuff in general, explore my YouTube channel. You're drawn to subscribe. That's great. Check out my website, heatherlcoleman.com, and I will see you in the next video. Namaste.